when we deal with the forces of nature, what most people don't realize is that there are little beings that handle the forces of nature. You see, so it's kind of like going to a car lot and saying, "Well, I want that car there. I'm just going to get in and drive it out." Well, somebody on the car lot already owns that car. You can demonstrate you can do it, but at the same time, somebody's going to come out screaming at you, or the alarm's going to go off. So, and the same thing happens within nature. You need the cooperation of the nature fairies and whatever. You have all these individuals that handle all that. Everything is handled in a particular way, just like you'd see in the Disney movies with Tinkerbell and whatever, and the fairies. They handle certain things, and there can be disruptions there because that's their department, you see. And so what is happening today with HARP and the weather manipulation, etc., you have to be careful. In other words, it's an agreement. These things only occur when there's an agreement there, you see. That's real. And it's like people that do Satanism and rituals, they call upon the demons to do these things. And so the same thing is that anything that occurs, there's an agreement there because there are other individuals involved. But when what has taken place today, what I see as HARP as an example, where they're using technology to force the situation. That's like holding a gun to somebody's head. You're forcing the situation. That becomes different. That becomes huge karma, you see? And that really creates a disruption, doesn't it? Yes, it does. It's like crashing into somebody else. And that's what the HARP machine is doing. It is this technology with the negative energies of microwaves, not even what Tesla used, is destroying things, and it's disrupting the systems, you see? And they have to try and fix these systems, is what they're trying to do, trying to bring nature back into a balance within the planet, but they can't always keep up with what's taking place. It's very interesting, isn't it? We don't see it that way, do we? No, we just like see nature as nothing, and we see the plants as nothing, and we see everything as almost nothing. Most people do. They destroy it, but they don't see what's really taking place. So, very interesting situation here, yes. Again, if something is demonstrated, the boys in life, it's not that they really do that. It's only if there's an agreement there. It's very interesting how it works. People think, oh, he's magical. He can do this. This is where the black magicians force the issue. You see, that becomes different. And this is what basically got Jesus in trouble. This is where healing of the hands becomes karma. And there was an individual in the corporation called Tom Flamma. He wrote some books. He was a very high initiate in Darwin's time. And he did these things when he came back in this lifetime, and he got himself in trouble. He almost died. He had all kinds of diseases and whatever through his body. And then after 5 lifetimes or so, he met the real guide again, and then he came back in and he started to heal himself again. But in previous lifetime, he had been with the boys, but he had an attitude. And so he came back, he told of his next lifetime as a village idiot, like a mongoloid, and then he had to work his way back up. You see, so again, and he was doing the laying on of hands and whatever. Most people don't see this, that you're kind of like forcing the issue unless there's an agreement there. And so black magicians do this all the time. They don't realize the karma. Again, this is where we're talking about tap lining that. These people are forcing the issue is what they're doing. They're invading other people's spaces, and they think they're getting away with it. Well, they're not. They're not getting away with it at all. So we see this all over today. And the environment being destroyed, they're forcing the issue. These people have a lot of karma. They have a lot to deal with in future lifetimes. They think they're getting away with it. They think they have control. They think they can do what they want. Well, they will soon find out that they can't, but they will have forgotten what they did. That's the part that's very, very interesting. So, yeah, but the boys, if life or something is to be demonstrated, then it occurs naturally, you see, in its own particular way. So just like Dina's son here doing the new you, he didn't force the issue. He simply did the new you and things occurred accordingly, you see, in their own natural way. So that you might say there's a balance there all the time. It's not a forced issue where there becomes an agitation and there's an imbalance. That's interesting how it works, and this is where we become more aware and really start to pay attention to things here, pay attention to everything around us, because it's all very real, yes, except for the asphalt. That's fake.